How's everybody doing? Like and subscribe to the African American Maryland Movement on Facebook and YouTube.com. Once again, the African American Maryland Movement on Facebook and YouTube.com. Maryland, the state of Maryland, as well as the District of Columbia and the Mid-Atlantic and the surrounding states is greatness. It's greatness. Atlanta, Georgia is wickedness and pathetic. Yes. Today I'm here to talk about a dude that had greatness, but in the end he became pathetic. He became a pathetic person because what happened to him. His name was Brian Nichols. In 2005, if I'm not mistaken, they had what you call a shooting at the Atlanta courthouse. He was accused of committing a crime at the courthouse in Atlanta, Georgia. And he did it. Anyway, it was a terrible event. A lot of people got killed at the courthouse. But the thing about Brian Nichols and his family, they're from Maryland. They left Maryland to go to Atlanta, Georgia. When you leave Maryland and you go to states like Atlanta, Georgia, which is hell on earth, and low-life states like Mississippi and Louisiana, you wind up in prison. Brian Nichols is locked up. He's doing a life without parole sentence. And to his mother, I'm sorry what happened to your son. But if y'all would have stayed in Maryland and never moved to the low-life, wicked state of Georgia, you will be free today. Wayne Williams, the Atlanta child, dude accused of doing the Atlanta child killings. If Wayne Williams in his young days would have got out of Atlanta, Georgia, and he would have went to Maryland or any state besides Georgia, he'll be free today. H. Ralph Brown, Jamil Alameen, he got accused of doing some stuff down in Georgia years ago, accused of shooting some police officers in Atlanta. If Jamil Alameen would have left Atlanta and made and instead of coming to Atlanta in the 70s, he would have went to Maryland, a better place, the DC of Maryland, he would be free today, and he would be doing even in a better position. Today he's doing life in prison. When black people move to Atlanta, they go to jail. When they move to Georgia, they go to jail. Mass incarceration, that's got the state of Georgia written all over it. Right. All over it. Why go to these wicked states like Georgia, Louisiana, when you can go to Maryland, the land that Benjamin Banneker set up for you? Benjamin Banneker set that place up for you. One of our greatest. Benjamin Banneker. He said he was greatness. He came from Maryland. He went from the low-life state of Georgia. The black man ain't got no place in the South. Today, Brian Nichols, unfortunately, he's doing a lot of years in prison in the state of Georgia. He's doing a lot of years for the rest of his life. He was greatness. Now he's nothing but a biscuit eater. That's all black people are in the South. Specifically Atlanta, a bunch of biscuit eaters. Do you want to be a biscuit eater or do you want to be great? Do you want to be a biscuit eater or do you want to be great? The black people who live on the East Coast, the Midwest, and on the West Coast, they are kings. The black people who live down South, they ain't nothing but a bunch of biscuit eaters. Nah. Brian Nichols, Wayne Williams, and all the rest of them, but specifically Brian Nichols, brother, if you would have stayed in Maryland, today you would have been a multi-millionaire and you would have been living a good life. When you went to Atlanta, Georgia, you got locked up, brother. But I'm trying to warn black people now to stay away from Georgia. It's the worst city in the United States for black people is Atlanta, Georgia, and the state of Georgia. To me, Atlanta, Georgia is the gateway to hell. It's the portal to hell. It's in Atlanta. But no, like and subscribe to the African American Maryland Movement, a true region, a part of the United States. We got a rich history going back to the founding fathers of the country in the land of Maryland. The state of Georgia, the black people there ain't nothing but slaves. That's all they are then, and that's all they are now. Slaves and cotton pickers. The black people in Maryland and the ones up in the East Coast, the Midwest and the West Coast, they are kings. They are kings. But the black folks down south, specifically in Atlanta, ain't nothing but a bunch of biscuit eaters. Yes. You want to be great? Move to Maryland. Move to Maryland. And eventually, Detroit, don't worry. Newark, New Jersey, don't worry. Upstate New York, don't worry. We will go and fix your part of the country up because you're gonna link up with the state of Maryland and the District of Columbia, and we're gonna build greatness. We're gonna do great. And the people down south in states like Georgia ain't gonna be nothing but biscuit eaters. Like and subscribe to the African American Maryland Movement on Facebook and YouTube.com. Once again, the African American Maryland Movement on Facebook and YouTube.com. The only organization that's trying to get our people to the great state of Maryland so we can build a homeland. Thank you. Like and subscribe.